Hey, what's up everyone, this is Mr. GWS. I know a lot of people will be disappointed when the announcement or the tech news article came out. So do I. People would thought that the Lenovo Z5 will be the top dog to fight against the Xiaomi Mi Mix series like the Mi Mix 2 or 2S. The one with the full screen and the front-facing camera on the bottom. But guess what? It's not the phone we are looking for. Ended up, we have the notch, well, just like any other smartphones. How surprising. And the looks is a lot like the Asus Zenfone 5. See that? The front and the rear is a lot like the Zenfone 5. The similarity is the specs. We have the Snapdragon 8636 processor with 66 gigs of RAM and 64 or 128 gigs of storage. But there's no microSD card slot. Camera wise, only the main camera is different from the Zenfone 5. From 12 to 16 megapixel main camera, everything else is the same like the 8 megapixel, another rear camera, and the 8 megapixel front facing camera, 3300 mAh battery with quick charging, and it runs Android 8.0 with their Zook custom skin, their user interface, which I think if they will release outside China, it will most likely will be stock Android. Of course, the screen is 6.2 inch, 19 by 9 IPS display, and there's a headphone jack. At least it's something, I guess. My thought is that it's not surprising at all. That's all about it. And when compared to like Zenfone 5, I think Zenfone 5 is pretty much the same value as this Lenovo Z5. Of course, speaking about the Asus, Asus also announced their own Republic on gamers called the ROG phone. I was like, that's the gaming phone I'm looking for. Oh yes, this phone will crash Razer or even Black Shark. You know why? This phone has more ports than you have ever thought. On the bottom there's a USB-C and the headphone jack, while on the side there's another two USB Type-C stick together. That's the special port to connect the ROG accessories. Accessories we're looking at here, like the fan, called the Aero Active Cooler, which is a small portable cooler. And of course there's also a mobile desktop dock, which looks like pretty much like the Samsung DeX, twin view dock, which looks like the Nintendo DS lookalike for hardcore mobile gamers. Active cooler, mobile desktop dock, and twin view dock. Nintendo DS. Of course, game vise, which a lot similar to the MotorMod's gamepad, and of course there's lots of dock which I will link in the description below, so you might want to check it out. The ROG phone has a RGB lighting on the logo, which is better looking than Razer or Black Shark. Specs wise, it packs a custom version of Snapdragon 845 processor, which ran close to 3 GHz. To be exact, is here is 2.96, yeah, which is close to 3 GHz. That's insane though. What's more insane is the display. It's a 6-inch 18 by 9 AMOLED screen at 90 Hz with HDR and always on panel as well. It's one of the kind that you don't want to miss out, and it's almost lag free with 1 millisecond response time. It packs up to 8 gigs of RAM with 128 and even 512 gigs of storage, which I do hope there's a 256 gigs version, since there's no microSD card slot, unfortunately. Of course, the camera, it has the same camera setup as the Zenfone 5 and 5Z, 12 megapixel rear camera and with 8 megapixel wide angle camera. the front-facing camera is also 8 megapixel. Yeah, 8 megapixel as usual, and now it can record 4K at 60 frames per second video on the main sensor. Since this phone is a Snapdragon 845, obviously the battery is 4000 mAh, just like Razer phone and Black Shark, but it has quick charge 4.0 and power delivery 3.0, which is real fast charger on the go, and it also comes with the box. Sensors wise, there's real fingerprint scanner, face unlock, front-facing speakers with DTS:X enhancements, wide range of sensors like the ultrasonic sensors for hand triggers, and grip press that makes you feel like you're holding something. Like, you know, you're playing like a PlayStation controller, you can press the trigger button. That's really satisfying, you know, and I like it, you know. And of course, there's the Zen emoji, which is like a poor version of an emoji. You see, Zen emoji. It was Android 8.1 Oreo with dedicated ads mode for optimized gaming performance. I would say it's a really promising smartphone, you know. I know even though it won't crash smartphones like the S9 Plus or the OnePlus 6, but this gaming smartphone is much more potential than the Razer or even Black Shark. That's all I have to say. Do you like these phones? What do you say about it? If you like this video, comment and subscribe to my channel, Mr. GWS, and follow on my Facebook and on my YouTube channel. If you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.